Hello everyone, back for episode 9 of the full site build. In this episode we are going to build out the get free quote section. So let's dive in. Inside the builder already, I'm going to add in a section. I'm going to call this quote inner. Inside my quote I'm going to add in our new section intro that we just made. I'm going to put this above our inner. And inside my inner, we are going to need a form wrapper and some text. So in here, I'm going to put in a flex div, and then I'm going to put in some text underneath that. I'm going to label this my form wrapper, and the text I will just call form notice. All right, let's go ahead and BEM this. Right click, create BEM class. Our background, we want this to be let's see here, background ultra light. Perfect. On my inner, I want to flex column this. We're going to go top and center so that everything is centered there. For my form wrapper, I want my max inline size to be, if we go back to our form here, it says 725. I round it up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to go to rem of 725. Helps if I put the 725 inside here. There we go. So you can see that brings it in. Also, I know in my form wrapper, I'm going to be doing a border radius of radius. I will probably want to put a overflow of clip on this because as I build out the background in here, I want to make sure that everything stays within inside its wrapper when we come to the radii. All right. So I think that's good for a form wrapper. Let's get our text in. I'll start with this down here. Copy this into our form notice. And you can see I was even able to copy that. I'm guessing this is an emoji of some sort. But that is in there. For our lead, let's grab that. Come over to here, paste that in. It does not have a slot. It does have a lead, and it does not have an SEO heading on this one. It's just get your free quote. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come over to my marketing heading, and in here I am going to add my span, and on the back side close my span. All right, I'm happy with that. I think on my form wrapper I may want to put a background of white on this. That might change, but for now I'm going to do that. Then in my other tab here, I'm going to come over to Fluent Forms. I'm going to click New Form. We're going to start from blank, and I'm just going to go super basic right now. I'm going to grab container and do a 2-column. I'm going to do 2 of them. Go to my general fields, drop a name field in, an email field, a phone field, and an address field. For this one, I'm gonna just go a single line item and just type in full name and enter your full name. Email we can leave the same. I'm just gonna leave this as phone and phone number. On address, I want to leave just our zip code here, and I'm going to take the element label off that since we have it on this field. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to change my submit button to get quote. I'm going to call this my homepage quote form. Rename that. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to copy my form ID here, come over into Etch. Inside my form wrapper, I'm going to put my cursor right between the two parts of the open and closing of the div, and I'm going to paste in my shortcode. If I hit save, on the front end, it should render that for us, and you can see it does. We have no actual real styling of our form. That I'm going to have to do through CSS, while Fluent Forms does give us the ability to stylize things a bit. It doesn't do it as in-depth as I would like. So I usually just end up writing all my CSS for the form, and I'm not going to do that in this video because that's going to take quite a bit of time to go through and do that. But what I plan on doing is building out this form into a multi-step form. It'll probably be a total of 3 steps. It's not going to look perfectly like this, but it's going to end up looking fairly similar as we look at it. So inside Fluent Forms, I will do that in another video. I just wanted to get that section started in here. And if we look at it overall, it ends up looking fairly close to what we were looking at here. I can check my spacing a little bit, can probably be a little bit better between my intro and here. So if I go gap of content gap, that brings it a little bit closer. Hit save. Everything looks a little bit better there. I think just for the sake of it on my form, I'm going to add in some padding. We'll go space M for now. That's probably eventually going to get moved, solely because having worked with Fluent Forms before, a lot of what I'm going to end up doing is probably going to be right inside the actual form itself, because I'm going to need the ability to make my top portion here go full width. So if I have my wrapper, have the padding on that, it's going to stop or prevent that from going full width on that. So that's how I'm considering on doing that part. But again, I will come back in another video. I don't know that it'll be the next video that I do that in, but it will be a future video that we come back and work through this. I also have WS Forms installed on this site as well, so I may also do a version with WS Forms just to see what the difference is there. I only have the light version compared to Fluent Forms. I have the pro version on here just because I have a lifetime license for Fluent Forms. I do not for WS Forms, but that may be something I invest in the future, is a pro version of WS Forms. But right now, Fluent Forms has been able to do everything I've needed it to do so far, so I'm not going to change that. But for the sake of this video, we may end up doing both versions. But so far, we've got that section completed. And the next section is going to be our services section. This is going to be probably a longer video or broken up into a series of videos. When I think about how I'm going to split this up, because I have tabs here for all of our different service types and then cards inside each of our services or service types, and then we have service cards. I may go through and build out service cards and build a loop for them, and then come back and do tabs and loop all of that. I'm not exactly sure the order that I'll go through and do all that in, but I may work on doing that in multiple videos, so stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick video. This was a fairly simple section to put into place. Again, just dropping that short code from the form in, which we will come back and do in another video. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you haven't. Let me know what you think of the series so far, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.